It's easy to believe that you need a flawless, detailed plan before you can take your first step. Maybe you've spent hours, days, or even weeks thinking about how to start, worrying that you'll make a mistake if you don't have everything mapped out perfectly. You might find yourself waiting for the right time, the perfect mood, or just the right set of tools to magically appear. You might tell yourself, "I'll start when I feel ready," or "I'll begin once I have everything I need." But the truth is that moment of perfect readiness rarely comes. Here's something important to remember. You don't need all the answers or a perfect plan to begin. All you really need is the courage to take that very first step, no matter how small or uncertain it feels. Most people stay stuck, frozen at the starting line because they're waiting for everything to line up just right. They want guarantees, a clear path, and certainty about the outcome before they even begin. But life doesn't work that way. If you wait for certainty, you might wait forever. The truth is, you'll never know exactly how things will turn out until you actually start. The outcome is always a little bit unknown, and that's okay. Sometimes the best adventures begin with a little uncertainty and a willingness to move forward anyway. The path ahead only reveals itself as you walk it. Each step you take uncovers new possibilities, new lessons, and new opportunities. You don't have to see the entire journey to take the first step. In fact, you can't. Mistakes and missteps are part of the process. You don't have to be perfect to begin. Every journey is filled with learning moments, and it's through these experiences that you grow and improve. The journey itself will teach you what you need to know, one step at a time. Each step forward, no matter how small, reveals the next. Progress is made by moving, not by waiting. So if you're holding back, waiting for the perfect plan or the perfect moment, it's time to let go of that idea. The only perfect plan is the one you start today. Take that first step, embrace the unknown, and trust that you'll figure things out along the way. Your journey begins the moment you decide to move forward. Big dreams can feel overwhelming. Sometimes when we set our sights on something huge, like starting a new career, running a marathon, or learning a new language, it's easy to feel intimidated by the sheer size of the goal. The gap between where we are and where we want to be can seem impossibly wide. When you look at the whole mountain, it can seem impossible to climb. The journey ahead might look daunting, and you might wonder if you'll ever reach the top. But remember, every great achievement starts with a single step. But every mountain is climbed one step at a time. One small step matters. Each tiny action you take is like placing a brick in the foundation of your dreams. Over time, these small efforts build something strong and lasting. Small steps are powerful because they are easy to take. They are less scary than big changes. When you break your goals down into bite-sized pieces, you make progress feel manageable. You remove the fear of failure and replace it with a sense of possibility. You can do something small every day and it will add up. Think about learning a new skill. Even just a few minutes of practice each day can make a difference. Over weeks and months, those minutes become hours, and those hours become expertise. You don't master it in a day, you practice for 5 minutes. That's all it takes to get started. 5 minutes of focused effort is better than waiting for the perfect moment to do everything at once. Then, 5 more the next day. Slowly, you improve. Each day, you build on what you did before, and the progress, though gradual, becomes visible over time. Consistency is the secret ingredient. The progress may feel slow at first, but it builds. Small steps create habits. Habits are the routines that shape our lives, and they start with simple, repeatable actions. Every check mark on your calendar is proof that you're moving forward. Habits create results. Results create confidence. Each small win gives you the motivation to keep going, and over time, your confidence grows as you see what you're capable of achieving. It all starts with one action. No matter how small, that first step is the beginning of your journey. So, take it today and trust that every little effort counts. Most big changes don't look big at first. They begin with a quiet decision, a small action, a single step. No one notices it, but it matters. Imagine someone deciding to walk for 10 minutes every morning. It seems small, but over time, it becomes a habit. The habit leads to better health, more energy, and a happier life. Or picture someone who decides to write 1 page a day. After a year, that's a book. The beginning is small and quiet, but the result is huge. Big transformations start the moment you say yes to a new action. Even if it feels too small to matter, it is the beginning of everything. Many people wait to feel motivated before they start. They think, when I feel ready, I'll begin. But motivation doesn't always come first. Action creates motivation. When you take action, even a small one, you start to feel good. You see progress. Progress makes you want to keep going. That's how motivation grows. Think of it like pushing a heavy door. It's hard at first, but once it moves a little, it gets easier. A small action is the push you need. Once you start, you find energy to keep going. Don't wait to feel ready, start. And the feeling of readiness will follow. Action comes first, motivation comes second. Let's look at real people who change their lives by starting small. Take Sarah, for example. She felt lost in her career. She started by reading 1 article a day about jobs she liked, and, well, soon she found her passion and switched careers. Or think about James, who wanted to get healthy. He began by drinking a glass of water each morning. Then he added 5 minutes of exercise. Months later, he ran his first 5-kilometer race. Even famous inventors and artists started small. They tried, failed, and tried again. Their first steps were tiny, but they kept moving forward. Trying to change your entire life all at once can feel like standing at the bottom of a mountain, looking up and wondering how you'll ever reach the top. It's honestly just overwhelming. When you see a long list of things you want to improve, it's easy to feel stuck, paralyzed by the sheer size of the task ahead. Most of us have been there, staring at a messy apartment, a packed calendar, or a never-ending to-do list, feeling like we have to fix everything right now. But here's the truth, you don't have to do it all at once. In fact, you don't have to do it all, period. The pressure to be perfect or to transform overnight is unrealistic and exhausting. Instead, give yourself permission to slow down and focus on just one thing. Just choose one thing to focus on. Pick a single goal, a single habit, or a single area of your life that you'd like to improve. When you narrow your focus, everything feels more manageable. Suddenly, change doesn't seem so scary. One small change really does make a difference. It might seem insignificant at first, but these tiny actions add up over time. Making your bed in the morning or filling a water bottle might not seem like much, but it's a step in the right direction. For example, if you want to eat healthier, don't try to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Just start by adding 1 fruit to your breakfast each morning. That's it. One simple addition, one easy win. If your goal is to read more, don't pressure yourself to finish a whole book in a week. Simply read 1 page tonight before bed. That single page is progress, and it's enough to get you started. If you want to feel happier or more positive, try writing down just one thing you're grateful for each day. It doesn't have to be profound. Maybe it's a good cup of coffee or a kind word from a friend. Over time, These small moments of gratitude can shift your entire outlook. Trying to do everything at once just makes you tired, frustrated, and more likely to give up. It's hard to keep up with a dozen new habits or changes all at the same time. The more you pile on, the heavier it feels. But changing just one thing, that feels possible, it feels doable, and when you succeed at that one thing, you build confidence to tackle the next. That's how you build momentum. Each small step forward makes the next one easier. Progress, no matter how tiny, is still progress. Over time, these small changes add up. Like watering a plant a little each day, your efforts compound and you'll start to see real growth. Before you know it, those little improvements become big transformations. You don't need to overhaul your life in one giant leap. You don't need to be perfect or do everything at once. All you need is to start small and keep going. Remember, you only need to begin with one step. That first step is the most important, and it's the one that will lead you to the next. Start today, just change one thing. You might feel scared to start, and honestly, that's normal. Everyone feels unsure at the beginning, but courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting even when you're afraid. Perfection is not required. You will make mistakes, and you will feel awkward. But that's part of the process. Every expert was once a beginner. Courage means trying, failing, and trying again. It means moving forward, even if your step is small. The people who change their lives are not the bravest. They are the most consistent. Choose courage over perfection. Progress is better than perfection every time. Small steps are like snowflakes. Alone, they seem tiny, but together they form a snowball. As you keep going, your progress grows faster and bigger. Each small decision builds on the last. You make your bed in the morning, and you feel productive. That feeling helps you make one more good choice. Soon, these small wins really do add up. This is called the snowball effect. What starts as a tiny change rolls forward and gathers strength. One small habit can lead to a chain reaction in your life. Never underestimate the power of a single step. One small decision can create a whole new path. Today is your chance to start. You don't need everything figured out. You don't need to be fearless or perfect. You only need to take one small step. Your first action may feel small, but it can change your future. Years from now, you may look back and see how everything began with one simple choice. Every journey, every dream starts with a single step. Most people regret not starting sooner. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Your life can change one step at a time. So take that step today. It's enough. Your life can be different, and it all begins now.